Welcome to A Course of Love. We are reviewing today chapter 5 of the 4th treatise, and the title of this chapter is The Energy of Creation and the Body of Christ. So we're going to be given a huge hint here, as to what's going on and how we work within that. So we start with the idea of expression. We're told life everlasting in form is not your only choice. So in the last chapter we were told that once we start embracing and living within Christ consciousness, staying in form, staying in this game will be a choice. The only reason we'll have to give it up is if we're ready to do something else. But now we're told that it's not our only choice. You were a part of the one before your birth, during your human experience, and after your human death. You've never not been a part of the one. You've never been separate from the energy of all that is. So you have a lot of choices available to you. But while you're here, while you're in this game, we're given some indications of how we can make the most of it. And the first one is that your fulfillment actually lies in the acceptance of who you are. So until you accept who you are, which is part of all that is, you're not going to be fulfilled, basically. So you and all that exists within you are a song of God. Isn't that an interesting metaphor? A song of God. God being that creative energy, that love, that one thing. And you, the you that you experience yourself to be, are a song that's been written by that creative energy. But you need to relearn the music you have forgotten so you can once again be in harmony with creation and in union with all that is. Until a song is played, it's just notes on a page. So we're being asked to relearn the music. Verse 3, the one body is one energy given many expressions in form. Okay, this is so key. We're hearing the word energy, energy, energy. You're going to continue to hear it. So just really let that sink in. Really, all we are is energy. The one body is one energy given many expressions in form. The same life force courses through all that exists in matter in the form of this same energy. This is so key to learning how to join and how to love. To really take that in, the same life force, the same energy that you are, courses through all that exists in matter in the form of this same energy. This is why joining is so ecstatic, because it's really doing away with the idea of I'm separate from the energy of that tree or the energy of that person. It's a recognition, a bringing back into awareness, a joining with the energy that is you. He goes on to say, awareness of this one source of energy is Christ consciousness. That's the whole point here. This is what we're trying to do, is to be aware of the energy that we are. And if you become, just now even, just look for the energy in yourself. Look for what's actually true for you. What is the energy of you? This is not a thought. This is not a detail of your life story. This is the energy that you are. The same energy you were when you were born and before you were born. The same energy when you were in high school. The same energy that you are now. It's the same energy, and that's what you are. And take it one step farther. Not only is that the energy that you are, It's the same energy that's in everything and everyone. It's the same juice, the same field. Key to what we're doing here. So let's move on. This one energy is able to materialize in an inexhaustible variety of forms. Form cannot contain it, but it can express it. And your form is an expression of this energy. Now you might say, oh man, then I don't like my form. I've got this problem and I've got this thing that's wrong with me. It's like, no, it's just an expression of the energy. It's not who you are, it's an expression. So as we embrace it and as we love whatever it's expressing, everything gets brought into the embrace. There's nothing that's left out of it. There's nothing that's not good enough. There's nothing that's not worthy about you. You're just expressing in a certain way. And believe me, it will change. So this energy, this creative life force, is at the very center of your being, what we've been referring to as your heart. And this is the source of your being. This is who you actually are. You're not a spiritual person contained within a body either. We used to think we were we were a human having a spiritual experience. Now there's a recognition like, wait, no, I'm just energy having a human experience. You don't need to search for God or love or creation. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to think that sometimes God is there and sometimes God isn't there, that I need to do this in order to be in touch with that energy. No, you live in it. Like a fish lives in the ocean. I mean, how hard does a fish have to try to get in touch with the energy of the ocean? It's right there. In fact, I'll take it even further. It's like a molecule of the ocean. That's what you actually are. You're a molecule. It's the form and content of the embrace. It's within you. It surrounds you. It encompasses you. So it's everywhere. It's everything. It's all that is this same energy. And it's extremely benevolent and loving. It's absolutely perfect and infinitely worthy. And it doesn't matter how it's expressing what looks like the circumstances. It's just doing its thing, just doing its expression in a multitude of ways. And it's surrounding you and encompassing you. It is you and all who exist with you. It is the body of Christ, Christ being that juice in the human experience. Okay? So you can't express yourself independently of the whole any more than your finger can separate from your body. You can't be separate. You're made of it. Free will doesn't make the impossible possible. But you may not have the ability to be separate, but you do have the choice to live as if you were separate or to live as who you are. You get to choose that because you're God. And you get to figure out how you want to express. So if you want to feel like you're a separate little being who's suffering and a victim, we've all mastered that. And you can continue to do that. And there's no judgment on that, actually. If that's the experience that you choose, then, I salute your sovereign will to continue to have that experience. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no mistake being made. But if you weren't interested in experiencing this game, this human game, another way, you wouldn't be listening. You wouldn't be here. So as a result, in verse 11, he says, I am calling you to make this choice now. Do you want to live as who you are, which is that energy field, which is that juice, which is a molecule of the ocean of creation? Or do you want to continue to feel like you're a separate, suffering, miserable being? I mean, it is a choice. And you're being asked to make that choice. This is not an automatic choice, even when you die. We often think that when we die, we get to see everything and then say, yes, okay, I get it now. But he's comparing this to then. You still have a choice. You are assisted at the time of death to see your true nature, and you are given the chance just as you were being given the chance now. So look at that. So it used to be that the only time you really got to see or hear the clear perspective, and if you just lean into what I'm saying, the concepts that I'm telling you, that Jesus is telling you, and that you know. I mean, you don't need a teacher to tell you. You know. Lean into it. See if it's true within you. Am I energy? Do I sense that energy? Is that energy all around me? Is that energy in everything? And if you really do inquiry, I think you'll find it out for yourself. You don't need me to tell you. So he goes on, collectively and individually, you've chosen to end the time of intermediary and learn directly. Formerly, you had this opportunity only after your death. So by saying collectively and individually, so as a collective group that's expressing through the human experience, we've decided this is the time when we are willing and desirous of seeing the truth while we're still in the game. It used to be that you only saw that after you died. So this is new, that we get to actually wake up and make this choice from within the experience. Verse 12, the direct revelation that will come to you now will transform you as surely as did those that came to so many others after death. So how do you have this direct revelation? Again, it's not about an idea. It's not a belief system. Please don't take this on as another belief. Investigate it. Find out if it's true. Sit with your own energy. Sit and explore. Find out what your higher self is telling you and where you're being led. See if it isn't true. The time of death is no different than the time that is before you now. In death, when you're loosed of the body and its limited vision, awareness is increased. Your judgment of yourself at that time determines how you will continue. And the same is true right now. So you have the option to be free of the cycle of birth and death. You have the option of getting the game now and living within the world of matter consciously and becoming a conscious part of creation. And we'll end with verse 13. The elevation of the personal self in this time of Christ can be the new choice. And now what we're talking about in the personal self is the one who lives in a house at this address, who has this history and this birth date and this color hair and this family. That's the personal self. We now have the option. Used to be you had to take the personal self, get away from society, and leave the personal self in order to have the experience of revelation. Now we've moved to a new place. And the new place says, this is about transforming the personal self, bringing the personal self along. And it gets really exciting from here. It's way more peaceful when you make this decision, but then it becomes really exciting. So if you're ready, jump on board, because you're about to get on a wonderful, wonderful ride. So good luck to you in experiencing and exploring your own energy and the energy of all that is around you. I send you many blessings.